Yes, Saeed. At the end, do you know what? Everyone's got out of it pretty quick. Such a small away, and it's literally gone dead, man. But listen, big performance. Performance, a much needed performance, a performance that we all had doubts about. You know, especially after doing well against Newcastle, we all came in thinking, yeah, but can we do it away to these lot? We know what they're going to be like. Woods, Barnes, we know how they're going to play, but we dealt with everything they had today, and it was very comfortable for us.
By a man, every play on that pitch to a team, man, brilliant today. That was, for me, the ultimate away performance. If you want an away performance on a tee, that was, for me, brilliant. Every single person did their job today to a T. Like, you know, people like Matic. For me, boy, man.
Ricky said he's already said he said he was the best. He was the best man on the pitch, and anyone who tells you different, he said anyone who tells you different is lying. That's his actual words. Fred was good.
Ricky's got his favourites.
But he's saying that because Matic played so well, it was a calming influence on the rest of the whole midfield.
I can't complain that Fred, Matic didn't play well. He played unbelievable today. That was, for me, one of his better performances this season. But today, to a man, every single person, the game plan. You see Burnley's game plan, and we nullified it. We absolutely nullified. I thought Lindelof would have a shaky game today. He come out leaps and bounds today. He almost
that was a big worry, innit? And he won some of a lot of his headers because you're not going to win them all against Chris Wood or Barnes. The seconds he did well. I think he got caught once, I counted, but other than that, it was fine.
It was fine, and that went through the whole team. You know what I mean? Every single person was like, okay, go on, Burnley, what are you going to do? They didn't have nothing. I thought, for me, if they're in the Premier League, then wow, we've got a poor Premier League, because they were just Route 1 football. And I get it, everyone has different styles of play, and each to their own, but I thought they were absolutely poor. They had one style of play, and we dealt with it, and that was the game plan for me, for Burnley. If they could get one ball over the top, lump it all forward, you know what I mean, target Lindelof, but they didn't have to do that. We played the football, and we played it intricately. Let's not take our time. We didn't rush today. For me, that was a bonus today. Thought we didn't rush. I thought Fred today, mate. Do you know what, man? I think he's done me over. I think he's, you know what?
Fully converted now,
I'm Fred FC, mate. Forget Greenwood FC. I'm Fred FC, man. Because that was, for me, man, this guy, he just improves. And like you said, he's a number 8. He simply gets the ball, receives it, moves, quicken up the play. I mean, them nibbles that he does, man. He done about 3 or 4 of them in the first half, just breaking up the play. And for me, I always said, what is Fred as a player? But now I can see it. I can see it now. You know? And he can also play the way he springs the ball on top to the other side, on the left-hand side.
What I like about Fred is not just his positional sense and his willingness to win the ball back, but when he has the ball, it's his intensity and his ambition to make something happen. I don't mean the gilt-edged final cutting pass. I mean to initiate the attack. He will push it to the left wing quickly, push it to the right wing, push it into Martial's feet, drive with the ball where he can, quick half turn to get away from someone, then release. And that is what I like about, as well as doing the ugly stuff about being in position and buzzing around.
And I thought he had the perfect left back today, Bradley Williams. He always wanted to go forward, and that is for me why I say Bradley Williams or short. I have Bradley Williams all day long, even if it means we're going to make mistakes, because at least he's going to give us an outlet to go forward, and that's what. Sometimes Bradley Williams, what he does is very clever. He charges into the space, and then what that does, it gives other players a license to go move on forward.
Whereas Shaw goes down the line and stops. Comes back, and regurgitates, and Brandon Williams what he does that run from left to right, so kind of across the penalty box or across the midfield. It
breaks up the play. You know, there's no agenda with Shaw. You know, I want United to always be better, and that is what United are at the minute. We need to be progressing more, and that's what for me, Brandon Williams. He charged into the space, and then that gave Pereira the license to go move into that space. Then we broke like that, and that's for me today. I thought him and Fred today were outstanding today.
And you know what? Ashley Young, it raised concerns. I wasn't angry at the fact that Ashley Young was starting because I think he can't do a job. It was more that I thought, well, I think Bissaka can. I think he's all right. I think he can keep playing. And I thought, if the fact that Bissaka was on the bench kind of irked me, because I'm thinking, if Ashley Young gets an injury after 2 minutes,
true.
One Bissaka's going to have to play the whole game. So clearly you're deeming him fit enough. But he did well, Ashley Young.
With the perception of Ashley Young is that he makes mistakes. He's lost his legs. But what he does, though, is got professionalism, and he knows the game. You know, you see that at the end when it was a 50-50 ball, and rightly, I thought the Burnley defender did it. But what he did was, he almost kind of, turned his arm on the left, then draw them into the foul. And that's what he does very, very well, Ashley Young. And today, I just thought today we've done it. Everyone today knew what the battle was today. It was Burnley, it's going to be physical. Can we cope with that? And United were very, very comfortable.
We earned the right to play, didn't we? Which is what you got to do.
I don't want to say this here. I got to credit Ollie because he trusted the players today. He trusted the players, and he went out there and just said, yes, it wasn't great, and it wasn't, a majestic performance, but it's something that we have to build on.
Very workmanlike, but I know I'm not going to be too knee-jerk, but I just want to say this to you, or ask you this. Does these little things, because they are little things, because this isn't over a long period of time, this is 2 games, and we're 1 point off top 4. That is the facts of it.
That's more showing of the Premier League how poor it is than United.
But with how we are as United, does that not show you little bits that maybe he can turn our fortunes round. And I know you still got your reservations, but can you accept those little bits of positivity to say, well, you know what, fair play. If that was to happen every week away from home, plus how we perform against Newcastle, would be up there.
Well, there you go. Then we only reflect on the fan cams and what we see on the pitch, and what we see on the pitch has not been good enough so far this season. But these can only improve Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the team. It's all about confidence. It's all about boosting the ability. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer goes on the road and gets top 4, then quite frankly, he's done all right. You know what I mean? That's what I reflect on what I see on the pitch. But I still see sometimes the frailties of how sometimes we freestyle. Sometimes there's no game plan, there's no rhythm to our play. And you know what I mean? It could have went sour today. You know what I mean? But today we've gone in there, and that's what for me. The first thing that you do as a player, you have to show the fight. And then you build in what the manager tells you and his ethos in the team. So if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keeps this going on, I'll say he's doing well. You know what I mean? He's playing good. I'll only reflect on what's going on the pitch. There's no agenda, there's no Ollie out and all that, I reflect on what's happening on the pitch. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today got it right. He got it right because he built in a side where we knew what was playing. You know, Matic in there trying to release the ball and just play it side to side and then build it from there. And that's what we did today. You know what I mean? And fairly so, but we go in there, we beat Newcastle, beat Burnley. Now we need to go beat Arsenal for me. I don't know about you.
Big game.
We've got to beat them because in the
hopefully
day,
there's a draw between them and Chelsea. Or Chelsea lose, but exactly.
Someone's going to drop points, but I feel like we need to make a marker now. Start the new year. Can we win away from home? And can we beat Arsenal in style? Let's beat them and let's push on then. You know what I mean? There's no point beating all these teams. We also sometimes need to beat the teams that are in and around you, like the Arsenal, the Chelseas, and show that you know what, Man United are a team now. We're not just mess about. We're not a yo-yo team. That's what United are at a minute right now. We're a yo-yo team where we'll have a good performance one week, we'll have bad performance that week. That is not Man United. Man United to be consistently good for the season, like the Man Cities, like the Liverpools. We need to beat them like them. You know what I mean? There's no point saying that, we're only a top 4 club and have that mentality. I feel like United fans have almost given up this mentality that, we're not a big club. We are a big club. We are an elite club. You know what I mean? We need to be pushing minimum top 4. If Leicester, with the players, they've only bought, I think, one player, Timberlands. You know what I mean? If you look at Chelsea, hardly any signings. Are you telling me we should be able to top 4? We should be top 4 minimum with this Man United team. That is the first thing I should guarantee is a top 4 place in the Champions League. Playing Champions League football every season, not top Europa League. So I think this top 4 race and all that will depend on whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stays. If he doesn't get top 4, for me, he has to go. I'm sorry, but he has to go. But if he can get top 4, I feel like the board will give him time. Say, you know what,
and he deserved that time. Really.
You know what? In hindsight, he would deserve time. And
but would he not deserve time if we finished just outside the top 4, but there were positive signs, a couple of points off?
No, because that's the problem. You might think like that, but then again, recruitment will be bad. We'll buy players that are not good enough. Then United will almost become that the new AC Milan where we just drop again. The standards drop. Then we become 7th next season. And it's like, you know what? We're not even a top 4 club anymore. We need to be getting top 4 this season. That is a must this season. Okay. We need to get top 4.
Listen, before you go, give me your man of the match and your highlight of 2019, last game of the year.
Highlight of 2019 is probably Rashford, man. You know it, man. Rashford, Paris away. You know what I mean? As bad as it's been this season, that was for me one of the moments. You know what I mean? We never thought it would come in, but it came, and that was for me the comeback of all comebacks. And then probably for me today, Fred, man. He's doubted me. He's proved me wrong, man. For me today, masterclass.
Nice
Fred.
One.
Yeah, man.
Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.